What's going on, everyone? In this video we're going to go over the basics of creating and styling buttons inside of Flutter. I'm just going to go over this really quickly in layman's terms. I'm not going to get too into the weeds, and I've added a lot of comments so that when you see this code and you go to the links below and you see it there, you can easily understand on a very basic level what each area is doing. So let me just start out with our main.dart file that we have here. So we are working off of the main demo, and all we've done is we've modified the button. And what's happening here is you're pressing this button and it is adding a number to this area right here. So when you start developing in Flutter, this is the basic default thing that will come up, the basic functionality, and then you can cut that out and you can build from there, right? So what we've done is we've taken a floating action button, which is just one type of button widget, and we have set that to a stateless widget called fancy button. Right, so essentially what that is, we're just calling this, so essentially we're calling like we're calling a button. Then in this file right here, it has all of everything you need to know about that button. So it has a style and it has a functionality, right? So up here in the top, we have imported that file that we made, and that all goes in the lib file or lib folder inside of our Dart project. So this button, just to go back down here to this, we have the function set as on pressed. It's going to increment the counter. So when you click it as the counter, right? So here's counter, and so this is what it's adding to. And you can see right here, this is this, and this is the text underneath it, which has this variable that adds a number every time you click it, right? So you can see we clicked it quite a bit, right? So when you go to the fancy-button.dart file, you'll see we've started our stateless widget, and then we have built a what's called a raw material button, which is just a type of button style essentially. You can see everything pop up in there. If you're using Visual Studio Code, you're going to see that immediately. So this color right here is a primary, and this is the color you will see when you click it. As you can see, there's like a dark shade of orange, and then there's like a lighter shade when you click it. And we can change this around. So I'm actually going to change this to a different shade of orange, a really light shade. Then I'm going to change this to a really dark shade. So when you click it, you can see that. And we can do the reverse too. Change it to deep orange 300 and change this to deep orange 100, and then you'll see how that looks. And if you hover over the colors, you'll be able to see the different shades in the color swatch that are available and how to get those. Then here we have a child with padding, right? Just vertical and horizontal padding, and we can bump those up and make it look really cool, or just really fat, right? Like kind of like a, let me try this 50-50. So there we go, nice big fat button, right? And then we can change the text. Right now it just says press me. You can put in anything in there, right? And the style of that text is white right now, but we could take it, we can make it black, and there it is. Okay, so then under that, this just says when it's pressed, this is referencing on pressed inside of main.dart, which says that it'll add to the counter and it'll add to this number. So you can kind of see that sort of circular logic there. And then the shape, we defined that as stadium border, which just creates that pill shape. If we comment this out, you can see that this goes back to being a brick almost instantly, and we'll put that back in there, save it, and there it is right there. Has a nice pill shape, right? It's kind of a default styling. It's really common, and it's really nice to just have in one line. You know, no CSS or anything crazy like that for styling. You literally just put that in there, and there you go. So this is the very basics of how like just a button with a function works and is modified inside of Flutter. So check the links out below. Thanks for watching this. If you have any questions, comment them below. I will try to help you out with them, and have a good one.